Respected sirs and principal sir and all faculties, TTWRDC Karimnagar men. This is K. Anil from MbZC first year TTWRDC Karimnagar men. So today I saying a topic on English grammar, active and passive. Okay, this is the most important topic in our English grammar. This is very useful to us in proper speaking. Okay, then we start our topic, uh, active and passive. Okay, voice. What is the meaning of voice? We are saying active and passive. What is the meaning of voice? Voice is the form of verb. Voice is the form of verb that denotes its relation with a subject or object. Means voice is the form of verb. Means forming the verb. Verb is forming here. That denotes its relation. Relation denotes relationship with a subject or object in the sentence. Relation forming the verb with a subject or object. Okay, next. Okay, next. What is the meaning of active voice? In active voice, the verb is directly related to does or subject. Okay, the verb is directly related. In the sentence, the verb is directly related to does or subject. It is related to subject. Okay, what is the meaning of passive voice? Passive voice. In passive voice, the verb is directly related to object or subject. Okay, uh, in the passive voice, the verb is directly related to first object. In active voice, directly related to subject after object. In this first subject, no, sorry, in this related to object. Okay, does or object. Next, in this activize and passivize, rules. Okay, here rules. In when we are forming the sentence, changing into passive, activize is changing into passivize, we must to maintain the rules and follow the rule. First, object must be first one. Object must be placed as subject. In the sentence, we are changing into passivize. Activize is changing into passivize. Object must be placed as subject. Okay. Second relation, write a relevant B form. uh, B forms is, am, or. This is the B forms. After changing subject object, uh, after write a relevant B form. Third one, write a relevant V3 verb form. After B form, write a relevant verb form V3 form. And next, fourth one, write a preposition by after V3. Verb 3 after, write compulsory by, preposition by. Line last one, fifth one, subject must be placed as object. Okay, changing into positive, subject must be placed as object. Okay, and the next, change of pronouns in positive, whether it is I, It is me. Changing me. Me, I. We, us. He, him. She, her. They, them. Okay, this is change of pronouns in possessive voice. And next one, next we are entering to the sentences. First, the simple present tense. An active sentence. First we have to know about tenses. Then must be we understanding easily active voice and passive voice. The structures must be we know and identify. Okay. And the first, the simple present tense. An active sentences in the simple present tense as the following structure. As the following structure, the simple present tense is in active voice form. Sentence is active. When its sentence is active voice, the following structure should having subject, first form of the verb, place, object. Okay, subject, then first form of the verb, after object. Okay, when we are going to examples, I saying once. Next, and a positive sentence in the simple present tense as the following structure. Following structure: object of the active sentence plus am, is, are plus past participle from the form of the verb by plus object of the active sentences. This is the structure about positive sentences. Then we are going to examples of the simple present tense. First we have to show simple present and active voice sentences. Okay, first example, it gathers flowers. This is the active voice sentences. Okay, then we are changing into positive voice sentences. See, flowers are gathered by him. We are seeing in positive voice am, is, are. Okay, this is the positive voice sentences. Okay, we are changing are should be must maintain in the simple present tense in positive voice sentences. Okay, this is the positive voice sentences. And we are going to next example. I am explaining. I expect a good news. This is the active voice form. Okay, then we are changing into positive voice form. Good news is expected by me. This is the positive voice form. Okay, in positive voice structure, a, am, is, or past participle. Okay, in this we are there these three structures. Okay, next we are going to second one of the tenses. Okay, present continuous tense. Okay, an active sentence, in the present continuous tense as the following structure. Here following structure is present continuous tense. Subject plus am, is, or plus present participle form of the verb plus object. Okay, next we are discuss about passive voice. A passive sentence in the present continuous tense has the following structure: object plus object of the active sentence plus am, is, or plus being plus past participle form of the verb plus by plus of subject of active sentences in these following structures. Okay, then we are going to examples of the present continuous tenses. Example, first example, he is making a toy. This is the activized form. Toy means like we are drawing experiment like uh, toy teddy bear. We are readying a Ganesh with soil like this. We are toy means it is one type of uh, playing with their objects. Okay, next positive form, he is a toy is being made by him. This is positive form. In the structure of positive sentence, being is measured. Okay, here being is measured and also is measured, is also in this measure. This is the positive form of positive sentences in the present continuous tense. Okay, next example of present continuous tense. Next example, he is cleaning the room. This is the activized form. Then I am explaining the positivized form. The room is being cleaned by him. This is the positivized form. Okay, this is the positivized form. Okay, must be maintained in this being measured. Okay, then we are going to uh, explain the present perfect tense, third one. Okay, this is the present perfect tense. Okay, okay, an active sentence in the present perfect tense has the following structure. Has the following structure in present: subject plus as by how plus past participle form of the verb plus object. Okay, form of the verb has how is measured in the examples. Okay, then positivize, a passive sentence in the present perfect tense as the following structure. Okay, following structure we have to find: object of the active sentence has plus have plus been past participle form of the verb by plus by subject of the active sentences. Subject of the active sentences. Okay, then we are discussing about examples of the present perfect tense in the active and positive form. First example, I have received your letter. This is the active form of the present perfect tense. Next one, your letter has been received by me. Okay. Uh, in the structure, what has plus have, whether as have or having. Here is as, and been must be maintained. Been present participle plus by, here by maintain, and subject of the active sentence. Me is the subject of the active sentences. Okay, this is the first example of present perfect tense. And the next example of present perfect tense, he has been drawn the pitch, he has drawn the picture. This is the activized form, drawing. Okay, next pause wise, changing into pause wise. The picture has been drawn by him. This is the positive form, easily understanding. Okay, whether we are seeing sentences of the positive structure, we easily understanding. And next, the simple past tense. This is the simple past tense. Okay. Okay, seeing the structures, activize and passive. An activized sentence in the simple past tense as the following structure. Okay, following structure we have subject plus second form of the verb plus object. Second form of the verb. Second form. Like ed, es. This is the second form of the verb. And positive structure we have to see in a positive sentence in the simple past tense as the following structure we have to see object of the active sentences plus was were past participle form of the verb plus by subject of the active sentences. First object of the active sentences, then last subject of the active sentence. Okay, then we are seeing example, we easily understand examples of simple past tense. Okay, first example, she was my class. This is the class active form. This is the, and changing it to positive form, my class were washed by her. Okay, this is the subject, my means sub object, the structure object of the active sentences, and the last subject of the active sentences, and then were, and then past participle of the verb. This is the past washed means past. Okay, past completed, washed. Then seeing second example of simple past tense. Okay, this is the second example. The cat killed the mouse. This is the activized form, and changing into positivized form. The mouse was killed by the cat. This is the positivized form. Okay, then we are discussing about past continuous tense. This is the past continuous tense. Case structures have seen active and passive and actives in the past continuous tense as the following structure: subject was were, present participle form of the verb plus object. This is the okay structure such as subject plus was were plus present participle form of the verb plus object. And next positive structure, a positive sentences in the past continuous tenses as the following structure. Okay, structure object of the active sentences plus was were plus being plus past participle form of the verb plus by plus subject of the active sentences. Subject of the active sentences. Then we are going to examples. First example of the past continuous tense, I was penning a letter. Penning means writing. Writing. Okay. Penning means writing. This is the activized form. And then um, positive changing into positive, a letter was being penned by me. Last subject of the activized, this is the subject of the activized sentences, and first object of the activized sentences. Then a letter was being, subject was were was is here, and then past participle form of the verb, penned, past form of the verb, being, here being. This is the following structure of the positive form. And next example we have to say, next example, the child was teasing the cat, teasing the cat. Positive changing into positive. The cat was being teased by the child. This is the positive form. Teasing means the quarreling. Okay. And the next we have discussion about the past perfect tense. This is the past. This is the past perfect tense of the active and passive voice. See the structures of active and passive voice and active sentences in the past perfect tense are the following structure. Following structure we have to say: subject plus had plus past participle form of the verb plus object. And next, positive sentences. A positive sentences in the past perfect tenses are the following structure: object of the active sentence plus had plus been plus past participle form of the verb plus by subject of the active sentences. Okay, first example. First example of past perfect tense. I had bribed my witness. Okay. Mm, my wit changing into positive voice. My witness had been bribed by him. This is the positive voice form. Witness. Witness means giving money. Bribed means giving support. Okay. This is the object of the active sentences. My is the object. No. Witness is the object of the active sentence. Had plus been plus past participle form of the verb. Bribed is the past form of the verb. Then adding by plus subject of the active sentences is the him. This is the positive voice structure to follow and changing it to positive voice rules. Okay. Then second example of the past perfect tense. I have had solved the sums. Some examples is solved. Active form. This is the, and next positive changing into positive form. The sums had been solved by me. This is the positive form. Sums had been solved by me. That examples is solved by me. Okay. Next and the next the simple, this is the simple future tense we have discussing structures of the active voice and past voice and active sentences in the simple future tense as the following structure. Following structure we have to see: subject plus will shall plus first form of the verb plus object and passive voice sentence. Now structure: a positive sentences in the simple future tense as the following structure. Following structure we have to say: object of the active sentence plus will, shall, be plus past participle of the form plus by subject of the active sentences. Then we have to say first example of simple future tense. This is the first example. They will blame you. This is the active form. Then changing it to positive voice, you will blamed by them. This is the positive voice form. Okay. First object of the active sentence. Changing it to positive voice structure. This is the subject. You will. No, you is the subject. Object of the active sentence. And will and be plus past participle of the verb form. Blamed is the past participle of the verb form and adding by relevant preposition. Then subject of the active sentences is them. This is the this is the positive sentences. And the next example of simple future tense. This is the simple. This is the second example of simple future tense. I shall do the work. This is the activized form, and then changing into positive voice. The work will be done by me. The work will be done by me. And the next and the last one, eighth one, the future perfect tense. Okay, following structures and active sentences in the future perfect tense as the following structure. Following structure we have to see: subject plus will, shall plus have plus past participle form of the verb plus object. This is the structure of future perfect tense. Then positive voice structure. A positive sentences in the future perfect tense as the following structure. You have to see following structure: object of the active sentences plus will, shall plus have plus been plus past participle form of the verb plus by plus subject of the active sentences. This is the structure of future perfect tense. Then seeing first example of activate and positivize. Okay, first example of future perfect tense. He will have bought 3 pencils. This is the activized form. Then structure of the passive tense sentence. Following rules: object of the active sentence. 3 pencils is the object of the active sentences in the future perfect tense. Then will or shall adding will, and then have after place been past participle form of the verb. What is the past form of the verb in positive voice and adding by preposition. Then him is the subject of the active sentences in the future perfect tense. Next example: I shall have prepared I shall. Second example: I shall have prepared tea. This is the activist form. Then changing it to positive voice. Tea will tea will have been prepared by me. The tea will prepared by me. This is the positive voice form. And sentences in the future continuous and perfect tense cannot be changed into past voice. Future continuous and perfect continuous tense is not changing into positive voice. Okay, this is the active voice and positive voice. Then okay, this is the active voice and positive voice form. English grammar. First we have to identify verb of the uh, whether the question is given in the examination. First we have to find the verb, and we have to know about tenses, tenses structures, and in this also active and passive sentence also we have to must know about active and passive sentence structures. Then only we have to converting into passive, changing into positive, active changing into positive. Okay, must be maintained structures of the active and positive, active changing into positive. Okay, thank you for giving this a big opportunity. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.